election.
Led by you.
It's a mockery of American politics.
This is WSIC News Talk Now.
Well, good Tuesday morning and welcome to the Hometown Hour. My name is Megan Suber with the town of Mooresville, and I have two very special guests with me today. Drug and Alcohol Coalition of Iredell Director Shane Nixon and Southern Family Medicine's Jesse Stroud. And welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
So glad to have you. And you guys are here today to talk about an upcoming event. But before we do that, let's start with our signature starter for the show, one good thing. So what's one good thing that's happened in the past week?
Sure, one good thing. I have a son who's a junior at NC State, and I got to spend extra time with him this week, which is a really, really good thing. He came home for a day, and I got to eat dinner with him, and it was fantastic.
Wonderful.
Yeah. One good thing that's happened to us this week, we have a little foster child that's staying with us, and he's been doing really well in school this week. So that's been awesome. He's having a good week. Yes, absolutely.
Well, one good thing from my end is our police department show car ended up winning an award at a local car show. And of course, that's not the reason that they made the show car and have it available for the community to see. It's to make community connections.
But it doesn't hurt when it wins an award.
Exactly.
But it doesn't hurt when it wins an award. So we're
That's
real proud of that and proud of all the officers that took part in making that car a reality, because that was really an officer-driven project.
Well, shout out to the Mooresville Police Department.
Absolutely. That is awesome.
Awesome. Wonderful. Well, upcoming this Saturday, we have the Iredell Walk for Recovery. And that is Saturday the 30th, of course, this Saturday, 4 to 7 p.m. at Troutman ESC Park. So, gentlemen, tell me a little bit about that event.
Sure, this is the 6th annual Walk for Recovery. It's a celebration event. I don't know, I'm of the opinion that we don't do enough celebrating in the world anymore. I think I like doing a positive thing to start.
One good thing.
That's right. We don't do enough celebrating, and this is a celebratory event. Mm-hmm. We celebrate the fact that people are in recovery and they're not alone, and they can be there and celebrate the journeys of other people. It's a wonderful event. There's absolutely no cost to it at all, and there's lots of free stuff. Jesse can give you a little bit more about that in just a second, but I think the important thing is that if you come, you're going to hear stories of recovery. There's going to be music. There's going to be lots of things for kids to do, a petting zoo, some face painting, but you're going to hear stories of recovery. People who are actually living in active recovery and who have a story to tell will be there that day and will be telling their own stories.
And when we're talking about recovery, we're talking about recovery from addiction.
Right. Specifically from addiction of substances. Substance misuse disorder, those kinds of things. That's what we're talking about.
Awesome. Well, it sounds like it's going to be a very fun-filled event from what I've seen of it.
It is. We're looking forward to it. It looks like we're going to have a great day for it, and that is awesome. We're looking for a good turnout. And again, it is a part of the National Recovery Month, and it does celebrate those that are in recovery, as Shane said, from substance misuse, also mental health disorders as well. And it helps to show people that you're not in this alone, because when you have those type issues, it is something that affects the entire family. It affects your friends. It affects, and so we want all of those people to be able to be a part of celebrating that recovery that these folks are experiencing. And it is a free event, as he's already mentioned. Now, if you would go on Eventbrite and look for Iredell Walk for Recovery. There is a ticket on there. You do not need to print it. That is just for us to be able to get a head count so we get an idea of how many people are going to be there.
Sure.
It is going to be a fun-filled event. It's a family-friendly event. We do have a live band that's going to be there, Lead Not Follow. Also, as Shane's mentioned, they're going to be throughout the afternoon a lot of actual stories of recovery. We have a photo booth of a life of recovery, which is also going to be awesome. A bunch of activities for the kids. It's a very kid-friendly event. We're going to have face painting, balloon animals, magician, poster art. There's a playground there at the park, a splash pad.
Oh.
There's a petting zoo. I don't know what's going to be there to pet. So, but anyway, there's going to be a petting
Those
zoo
are always
there.
a hit.
They are always interesting. There's going to be a photo booth. There's going to be a dance troupe there that's going to be performing. There's also going to be some martial arts performances. So really fun-filled event. There's going to be free food. That's going to be catered grilled hot dogs and all the sides, that kind of thing from Waffle Chick is going to be there. The condiments
wonderful.
and those kind of things. That is going to be absolutely free as well. We're also going to have T-shirts for all the adults while they last that are free. So it's going to be a great afternoon and a really fun-filled event. And we encourage people to come out, bring the family, and help all of the folks celebrate their walk for recovery.
Absolutely. It seems like a great thing to do, particularly on a nice fall Saturday. And I see that we've got several sponsors here for the event to make this event possible, to keep those costs down and keep that food free.
I appreciate you mentioning our sponsors.
Absolutely.
We could not do it without them.
Yeah.
It's a community event. We talk about recovery being a holistic journey. Well, so is doing an event like this.
Of
And
course.
so our sponsors, if I could, our platinum sponsors are the Drug and Alcohol Coalition of Iredell, Foundation of Hope Ministries, ICGH Statesville, Partners Iredell Community Collaborative, PQA, Piedmont Healthcare, and Southern Family Medicine. Our gold level sponsors are Fifth Street Ministries, the Iredell Free News, Iredell Statesville Schools, and NAMI, NAMI. Silver are Addiction Recovery Medical Services, and bronze is the Foundry House, Sawyer Insurance, and Turning Point Family Services. I want to go back for just 1 second.
Yeah,
I was a little taken back when they told us that there was going to be a martial arts display, but I have been given absolute assurance that I will not be chopped that day.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, you've just convinced me that I need to come out to
There
this
you
event
go.
just to see in case you get chopped.
Well, I think there's probably some people who would like to chop me, but I've been assured I won't be chopped that day.
But lots of fun things to do, and a great family event, great supportive event to, like you mentioned earlier, whether you are someone who is going through this at whatever
ma'am.
stage or phase, whether you are a family member, a friend, or just know someone in the community that is working through recovery, because that's a process.
It is.
It is.
So, Megan, I would encourage people. Last year, for example, we had 4 what we call recovery stories. And those stories are so moving
Yes.
that if you'll just be there when the person stands and talks, it's almost emotionally moving. Like you'll cry maybe,
Yeah.
or you'll be moved to clap or cheer. I'll never forget, we had another event this year, and one of the people in recovery told their story, and they said at the end they got a kind of an ovation, and they said, I'd never been clapped for like that before. And I thought,
how amazing.
what an amazing thing to be able to clap for somebody.
For that individual and everyone who is listening to it.
Absolutely.
Well, great, gentlemen. If y'all stick around a little bit, I would love to talk a little bit more about what your organizations do to serve the community in our next segment. And everyone, come on out for Iredell Walk for Recovery this Saturday, 4 to 7 p.m. at Troutman ESC Park.
There's more of the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville, on the way from WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. This Friday, the Steel Wheels are performing at Kane Center for the Arts in Cornelius. Come listen to the storytelling abilities of the Steel Wheels through Americana and folk music. Doors open at 7 and the show starts at 8. The Steel Wheels, this Friday, canearts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Start your engines, racing fans. The Bank of America Roval 400 is back to Charlotte. Sunday, October 8th, starting at 2 p.m. The Bank of America Roval 400 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get your tickets before it's too late. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. No time to get to the apple picking at Kerrigan Farms? Apple picking ends September 30th. But you have your chance to go pumpkin picking. Starting September 30th, you can experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms. Book your experience now at kerriganfarms.com. The All-American Dog Show is this Sunday in Cornelius, 2 until 5 p.m. Bring your furry friends with you. Come find out who has the fluffiest coat and see the cutest puppy in all of Cornelius. And be sure to come by the WSIC tent at the All-American Dog Show happening at Robbins Park in Cornelius this Sunday. For more info, visit cornelius.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back! Saturdays and Sundays, September 30th through November 19th. A non-stop outdoor family adventure. Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through the later morning here, the skies will be cloudy. Your afternoon high getting up to 75 degrees. Through the late evening hours, there is a 30% chance of precipitation. Otherwise, cloudy skies with your overnight low around 60 degrees. This has been your weather report from the WSIC Weather Center.
The Hometown Hour continues now. Here's your host, Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville on WSIC.
Welcome back to the Hometown Hour on this wonderful Tuesday. We have with me today Drug and Alcohol Coalition of Iredell Director Shane Nixon and Southern Family Medicine's Jesse Stroud. And gentlemen, we have been talking about the Iredell Walk for Recovery coming up this Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. at Troutman ESC Park. And for anyone who's just joining us, this is a free, family-friendly event. It supports recovery in our community, no matter what the stage, the situation. And there's going to be free food, activities, powerful stories of recovery, and just a general good time.
Yes.
Keyword free.
Right.
All free.
All free.
And there will also be some giveaways, which we didn't mention. When you come in, you'll be given a little ticket that you can go around to the different vendors that are going to be there, and they'll stamp it. You can put that in for a drawing for some free door prizes that are there, but you do have to be present to win, but you're not going to want to leave early anyway, so that'll be great.
Wonderful. I love me some door prizes.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
free stuff, and we're giving stuff away.
Yes.
That's amazing.
And nobody gets chopped.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Yeah.
Sign me up. So let's talk a little bit about recovery in our community. First off, your organizations, who do they serve in the community?
So I'll go first, Jesse.
Yes.
I work for DACI, which is the Drug and Alcohol Coalition of Iredell County.
That is so much easier than what I was trying to say just a minute ago.
Good. Our website is www.daciredell.com. So a lot of people want to put the extra I in DACI Iredell, but it's actually daciredell.com. And you can find out more about us there. But in general terms, what we do is work in the community to flatten the line of substance misuse. That's the elevator speech. So if you think of substance misuse as on a graph, and on one side is time, and on the other side is how much we abuse substances, that line is always going to be an upward and to the right line. We realize that, and we know we're never going to make it completely flat. So what we try to do is just flatten the line. One example. So we have some data that suggests that about 1 in 3 middle schoolers in Iredell County has vaped in the last 30 days.
Oh, wow.
1 in 3 middle
Yes.
schoolers. So we want to turn that number into 1 in 4, 1 in 5, 1 in 6. Because if we do, it has a positive effect on health in Iredell County from Jump Street. Does that make sense?
That does, and slightly frightening too.
It is
because
a scary
I've
number.
9-year-old, not quite a middle schooler, but still, that's a lot.
The number at
1
high
in 3.
school is probably one nobody wants to hear.
Oh.
Yes. Yes.
Well, thank you for supporting the community like that and making those efforts to flatten the line, because like you said, we're never going to get rid of substance abuse.
We're not. So what we do every day is we work really, really hard. We have some things that we give away. For example, we give away lock boxes. So prescription medicine doesn't get in the wrong hands, intentionally or otherwise.
Sure.
And they're free. You can contact our organization, go to our website, send an email, and mysteriously and magically, a lockbox for your medicine will appear at your door.
Mm-hmm.
No cost to you.
Fabulous. And the other things that you see abused, not just drugs. I know we've talked about drugs and the vaping, but alcohol as well.
Alcohol is actually still the most misused substance in our county.
And probably easiest to get your hands on
Absolutely.
for those that shouldn't have it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So we work to make people aware of that. 3 in 7 visits to the ER in Iredell County have a substance misuse component. So almost half. Almost half of the visits to the ER in Iredell County have something to do with substance misuse. A lot of times that's alcohol. A lot of times it's prescription medicine that got put in the wrong hands or used the wrong way. And a lot of times it's the other stuff that you probably think of and immediately makes you wish you were in a different place.
Absolutely.
So that's Dacky. Jesse can tell you about Southern Family Medicine.
Yeah, Southern Family Medicine, we're a treatment provider. So we actually try to help provide treatment for people that have these substance use issues. We do medication-assisted treatment, which is a combination of providing medications if the person meets medical criteria. In order to help them in that recovery, we give medications that help relieve the symptoms of withdrawal, those type things. And then we also pair that, because it is called medication assisted, we link those people with qualified substance use counselors so that they can get some tools in the toolbox to help them deal with the underlying issues that may have either caused or at least contribute to the substance use to start with. And since national statistics show, and I frankly think it's a little higher, but they say 50% of the people with substance use and alcohol use also have a co-occurring mental health disorder. So we also provide mental health counseling as well. We do psychiatric medication management. The MAT we provide to folks 16 years of age and older, mental health counseling from really teenagers and older. The psychiatric med management we do for people of all ages. And so we try to provide that help and assistance. We also have a collaborative care component to our services, which we talk to people about other needs they have. It could be housing, it could be educational needs, it could be money for whatever reasons. So we try to link them with other services, do some of the legwork for them to link them for that whole person. It's important that we take care of the whole person.
Sure, because it's not just I have a problem with pills or I have a problem with alcohol. It's I have this problem, but I also have XYZ or ABC things going on as well.
Yes.
That's contributing
Almost
to this.
always when we see an occurrence of substance misuse, it is either it coming before it is a mental health condition, or coming after it are conditions of poverty or social issues that need to be addressed in addition to the substance misuse problem. It's a community effort. And again, part of what we're doing with the Walk for Recovery is saying it's a community thing. You're not in this by yourself. We have a substance misuse guide that you can download from our website absolutely free. And you can flip through it. Southern Family Medicine featured prominently in it, but other places. Maybe you don't need the kind of treatment Southern Family, and you need some other kind of treatment, or you need inpatient counseling, or you need inpatient treatment for your all those things are listed in the book, and we're able to give those out for free to anybody in the community.
And one of the things that Mr. Shane brought up that I think is really important, you know, I hear people say a lot when it comes to mental health. I did some work in the mental health world prior to the substance use world. And in both worlds, I hear people say, well, the important thing is getting treatment early. I partially agree with that, because really the most important thing is getting the proper treatment early.
Of course.
So we don't have all the answers. And one of the things that we will do and that we try to do, if the services we provide are not the most appropriate services to meet your need, then we're going to try to refer you and link you with somebody that is the best suited, because we want you not only to get the treatment that you need, we want to make sure it's the proper treatment.
Absolutely. And you mentioned something earlier about community. I know we said in our first segment that recovery is not just a process for the individual, it's a process for the family, for the friends and the loved ones, and anyone that knows that individual, because they can provide support, but they're also going to see the impact of the addiction.
Yeah, it's we're all part of the process. We like to say that. We never want to be in a place where that person feels isolated or alone, because statistics show and real world experience shows. I could give you anecdote after anecdote of a person who thinks they have to do this recovery alone, and they fail, because the truth is they can't. I heard a story one time about a turtle on top of a fence post. He didn't get there by himself, and he won't get down by himself.
Oh, that's good.
Thanks.
I'm going to use that one.
Yeah,
Feel free.
That's very true. And what we want to do through DACI and through organizations like ours is help reduce the stigma of this, because it is, there's no stigma around hypertension, or there's no stigma around heart disease or those kind of things, which are long-term, they're chronic illnesses.
Absolutely.
And so is mental health, and so is substance misuse. But they're not looked at the same way in society. And so one of the things we try to do, and one of the things the Walk for Recovery helps to do, is reduce that stigma.
Now, I've heard you throw out the term journey. Recovery is a journey, correct? It is not a start and stop. You're going to get to the end, and then that's it. You're cured, if you will.
We call it a walk for recovery.
Yeah.
Not a finish for recovery.
Exactly.
So you come and people say, oh, you're doing a walk, you're going to raise money, you're going to walk around. No, the walk is literally just come and see people on a journey, walking. Now, as Jesse mentioned, there is the component of the little ticket, and you can walk around to all the vendors, and we want you to do that. We want you to give you a chance to win a prize, but we also want you to be aware of who those vendors are. But there's this idea of us coming together as a community and holding each other's hands and walking through and erasing stigmas, as Jesse said, about specific things that we know we can do better as a community. We want to flatten the line as much as we can.
And we have mentioned the vendors a few times. I do want to clarify that a little bit. I don't want people to think it's people that are going to be there selling things. Unfortunately, we're not going to have funnel cake trucks and all that, which is one of my favorite stops, nor anybody with the smoked turkey legs. I'm just throwing that out there. Not that I indulge in any of that.
Note to self for next year.
Yes. Legs. But what the vendors are, they're people, different community stakeholders who can provide resources to help people that are in recovery. So it's all absolutely free.
So if you, gentlemen, had someone in front of you who's thinking about taking that first step to get on the recovery journey, what would you say to them?
You're not by yourself.
Absolutely. You're not in this alone. There is support.
Awesome. Well, come see that support at Iredell Walk for Recovery this Saturday, 4 to 7 at Troutman ESC Park. Again, totally free event. You're going to have free food, going to have giveaways, going to have fun things for the kiddos to do, and you're going to be able to support your community and learn more about that journey of recovery.
It's going to be a really great event. We hope everybody will come out.
Awesome. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for being with me.
Absolutely. Thank you for
having us.
Thank you for
having us. Thank you.
The Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville. Coming up on WSIC.
Happening now at Randy Marion Ford in Statesville.
Folks, you know the king of price has always got a deal for you at the Ford store in Statesville. How about 21 model Ford Escapes? These are the SELs. I got all-wheel drive, front-wheel drives. These are starting at $22,880. That's right, $22,880 with over 30 in stock to pick from. Randy Marion Ford Lincoln right here in Statesville, I-77, exit 49B. Come get them while the selection's the best.
RandyMarionFord.com.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through the later morning here, the skies will be cloudy, your afternoon high getting up to 75 degrees. Through the late evening hours, there is a 30% chance of precipitation. Otherwise, cloudy skies with your overnight low around 60 degrees. This has been your weather report from the WSIC Weather Center.
Make your work easier with Eagle Rentals of Troutman and Statesville. Eagle Rentals has generators, heaters, fans, painting equipment, floor care equipment, pressure washers, lighting equipment, and lawn care equipment. Plus, Eagle Rentals has construction equipment like forklifts, bobcat loaders, backhoes, excavators, and more. Reserve online at eaglerentals.com. That's eaglerentals.com. Black Powder Coffee is celebrating their 10th anniversary with a medium dark roast blend of Indonesian and South American coffee beans. Enjoy the full-bodied natural flavor notes of chocolate with a bright finish. Get Black Powder Coffee's new anniversary blend today at Black Powder Coffee, 261 Rolling Hill Road, Mooresville, or participating retailers everywhere. Black Powder Coffee.
Hi, this is Andy with Lake Mountain Coffee located at 110 West Broad Street in Statesville. Did you know we also own and operate Statesville's first coffee roasting facility? We roast coffee beans for businesses, fundraising events, special occasions such as a wedding. We can even put a custom message on the back of your bags. If you're a company or simply someone with a coffee need, give us a call at 704-252-1886. And remember, if you want fresh, you must go local.
Live music, vendor booths, and community yard selling. Fun for the whole family returns to Statesville for the WSIC Community Yard Sale, October 28th at 1117 Radio Road. Spots start at just $25, but spaces are limited. Get yours today at WSICnews.com/yard sale.
I have a feeling it's going to be beautiful.
The WSIC Community Yard Sale, October 28th, 6 a.m. till 2 p.m.
Bing, that's the end of that.
Now more of the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the Town of Mooresville on WSIC.
Welcome back to the Hometown Hour on this beautiful Tuesday. If you're just joining us, welcome to the show. Our first guest of the day, we're here to talk about the Iredell County Walk for Recovery event that is coming up this Saturday from 4 to 7 p.m. at Troutman ESC Park. And that is a free, family-friendly event. Everyone is welcome to attend, and it celebrates recovery journey, whether you are just starting out on that recovery journey, whether you have been on the journey for quite some while, or if you are a friend, family member, or other support system for someone taking that journey, or even just a community member looking for a good time this weekend. Again, it is free. There will be free food and giveaways, lots of activities for the kiddos, and great information to be gathered regardless of how you are in our community or in that recovery journey. Upcoming for the town, we have a lot more going on. We have our fall speaker series continuing with the Mooresville Public Library. Our repeat listeners will remember that we had the library on with us a couple weeks ago to talk about that. Our first author was Christy Woodson Harvey on September 21st. Upcoming in October, we have Beatrice Williams, who is a New York Times bestselling author, and she will discuss her latest book, The Beach at Summerlee. That is October 19th, 6 p.m. at the main library. And then in November, Charlie Lovett is going to be joining us November 16th, 6 p.m. at the main library as well. He will discuss his most recent novel, The Enigma Affair. And for those of you that listened previously, you may remember that Mr. Lovett's novel is actually going to be turned into a TV series. So very exciting there. Again, these are free opportunities. You don't have to have tickets. You can just show up, and there will be opportunities to purchase the books at the event or bring your books with you. The authors will be doing signings at the event. Upcoming, we have the Mooresville Motorsports celebration, which I'm not going to get too much into because our special guest for the last segment will be joining us to deep dive into that. But that is next week, October 3rd, a Tuesday at 4 p.m., downtown Mooresville. And this will be the annual North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame induction ceremony. But this year, it's going to be a little extra. For those of you who may remember, we're celebrating our 150th anniversary in Mooresville this year. And so we are bringing the 150th magic to this event. And we are going to have a lot of free games, activities, a traditional German beer garden at this event, and also free performances by Diamond Rio. So this is an exciting opportunity. You don't have to have tickets. You can absolutely just show up to the event, and family friendly. And upcoming, we have the North Carolina Music Hall of Fame induction as well. That's October 19th at the Mooresville Performing Arts Center. This will be a once-in-a-lifetime experience where we have performances by Scotty McCreery, Loudon Wainwright, Fetchin' Bones. This is a ticketed event, so you can go on to North Carolina Music Hall of Fame. Sorry about that. Get your tickets. You can also get tickets for a special VIP experience, which is going to be once in a lifetime as well. A couple other events we have coming up. We've got the Meet the Mayor on September 26th, so that's tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the main library. And this is really geared for teens. So if you have a teenager who is studying any type of political science, anything like that, have them come meet Mayor Miles Atkins at the main library in Mooresville. They will have pizza from Alino's, which is always exciting if you're a fan of Alino's pizza. Registration for this event is required since there will be food provided. And you can find more information about that at mooresvillelibrary.org. And my guests for that show have joined me, so I am so excited to have you. Christine Patterson, welcome back.
Thank you. Good morning.
And Amy Sherrill with Arts and Events. Welcome, ladies.
Thank you.
So I've just been going over some events that we have upcoming in the town. There's a lot going on, but most exciting and next on the docket is Mooresville Motorsports events.
Yes, we are so excited. Tuesday, it's almost here.
So I prefaced a little bit about the event, but tell us what's going to make this event special, because I know, of course, it is an annual event with the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame. What's going to make this year stand out?
Yeah, I think what sets this event apart is really that we've partnered with North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame to host this induction ceremony, but this year, we're inducting Roger Penske and Edsel Ford.
Those are big names.
They are.
Really big.
Yes. Big names in racing have contributed so much to, motorsports, the industry. And so I think that's really special to get to induct those two people this year as part of our 150th anniversary. And then also, we have created a way to really tell the story of how Mooresville became Race City, USA. And so we have this immersive experience that will take place inside the Charles Mack Citizen Center.
So tell me more about an immersive experience for those people that may not know what that is.
Yeah, if you've seen, it's kind of the trend lately. If you've seen like the Van Gogh immersive experience, or I know like they have the Harry Potter immersive experience. You go, and it's really, instead of just watching a movie or a documentary, it comes to life. And so you see these images on the wall, and there may be actual pieces that you can see and touch. And so that's really what we're trying to create, is that we want people to feel like they're in the middle of a speedway, with the racetrack, right around them, and so they'll feel a part of that story.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's really exciting to get to do. And we're working with Jeff Kaysen and his company to make that happen. And they worked with, these huge brands like Disney to, for the park experience, the light show at the end, if you've ever been to Magic Kingdom.
Yeah.
And so, I think it's going to be very high quality. I think people are really going to enjoy it. And I think they're going to learn something about motorsports.
Now, is there a cost associated with that, or is it free?
No, it's free for everyone.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, and not just during the event on October 3rd from from 4 to 9. Of course, it'll be showing continuously throughout the event, but we're also offering additional show times the next day on Wednesday from 10 to 2 during the day.
Oh, great, to get some of those individuals that may not be able to come to the
Right.
Motorsports event.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I know there's been talk of this previously, but for all our listeners, why is this event on a Tuesday?
Yes, so it's on a Tuesday because we are honoring that, that history of North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame, that this event has historically always been on a Tuesday. And part of that is because the drivers, the people involved in NASCAR, they're racing on the weekends.
Yeah.
So we can't get them, anytime but during the week. And obviously that's how this event originated, was to honor them. And so that's why it's on a Tuesday
Always
evening.
a Tuesday.
Yep.
That's fine. We're going to have a great opportunity to check out some vintage cars.
Yes.
And also food trucks. And I mentioned previously the beer garden. Tell me a little bit more about that experience.
Yeah. So the beer garden is going to be a traditional German beer garden. So we have, those traditional wooden tables that we've, brought in, and Brawley Garden has partnered with us to do, the greenery, so it'll look beautiful with white lights and really create that experience, that garden experience. And then all of our breweries in town are participating, and they have been so supportive of the 150th anniversary this year, and really they all committed to coming out for every single one of these events, and they don't run out of beer. They have enough. They have lots of options. And
I'm sure that's a huge concern
yes,
running out.
it's been a great partner this year. And our Hockenheim delegates that are coming in.
Absolutely.
Yep.
For those of you who don't know, the town of Mooresville has a sister city in Germany, Hockenheim, Germany, and that connection began because of their investment in racing, and there is a huge track over there for racing, not NASCAR, not F1, but they have a racing history. We have a racing history, so we have made the connection across the ocean.
Yep.
And I believe this connection goes back to the early 2000s, and we've sent several delegations over to Hockenheim. They've sent several delegations to us just to get to know the community in a different country and how we can build those connections, build those bonds. And I believe they recently celebrated their 1,250th
Isn't that crazy?
anniversary.
Goodness,
Like,
that's
we
old.
think it's big celebrating 150th this year.
Right.
But
amazing.
1,250th.
I can't even fathom that.
I cannot even fathom that either.
That's so much history, So we're excited that the Hockenheim's going to come out to the beer garden, and they're going to vote. They're going to vote on their favorite beer. There's going to be some German beer options, so I hope we do them justice on those. But
I hope so as well.
Yeah, so they're going to get to vote. And you mentioned the car show, so we have about 80 cars in the classic car show.
Wow.
And Hotchkiss Sports Performance have they're the presenting sponsor of that, and have really taken over the car show, and have done an amazing job of getting us some good cars, and they'll be out there that day to talk to everybody. And so I think it'll be a good mix of cars that people will get to see.
A good mix of cars, a good mix of racing history, a good mix of fame sprinkled in there.
Yep.
So very exciting. Again, this is Tuesday, October 3rd at 4 p.m. in downtown Mooresville. And ladies, let's talk a little bit more in the next segment about some of our sponsors, how they've made this happen, and how our 150th anniversary has come to pass with the support of our community.
All right, awesome. And then I'll get to share the exciting national performance that we have happening at Mooresville Motorsports as well.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
More of the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville, coming up on WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. This Friday, the Steel Wheels are performing at Kane Center for the Arts in Cornelius. Come listen to the storytelling abilities of the Steel Wheels through Americana and folk music. Doors open at 7 and the show starts at 8. The Steel Wheels, this Friday, cainarts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Start your engines, racing fans. The Bank of America Roval 400 is back to Charlotte. Sunday, October 8th, starting at 2 p.m., the Bank of America Roval 400 at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get your tickets before it's too late. Visit charlottemotorspeedway.com. No time to get to the apple picking at Kerrigan Farms? Apple picking ends September 30th. But you have your chance to go pumpkin picking. Starting September 30th, you can experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms. Book your experience now at kerriganfarms.com. The All-American Dog Show is this Sunday in Cornelius, 2 until 5 p.m. Bring your furry friends with you. Come find out who has the fluffiest coat and see the cutest puppy in all of Cornelius. And be sure to come by the WSIC tent at the All-American Dog Show happening at Robbins Park in Cornelius this Sunday. For more info, visit cornelius.org. Have an event you would like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays, September 30th through November 19th. Save your dates. Don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. As you head through the later morning here, the skies will be cloudy. Your afternoon high getting up to 75 degrees. Through the late evening hours, there is a 30% chance of precipitation. Otherwise, cloudy skies with your overnight low around 60 degrees. This has been your weather report from the WSIC Weather Center.
It's the Hometown Hour with Megan Suber, Communications and Marketing Director for the town of Mooresville on WSIC.
Welcome back to the Hometown Hour on this wonderful Tuesday. If you're just joining us, I'm Megan Suber with the town of Mooresville, and I have with me today Christine Patterson and Amy Sherrill with the town's arts and events. And ladies, we have a big event coming up next week.
Yes, we do. Mooresville Motorsports celebration.
So we talked a little bit before the break about what that is going to entail. Of course, Tuesday, October 3rd, 4 p.m., downtown Mooresville. We've got a beer garden. We've got an immersive racing experience. We've got activities, games. We also have a big performance.
Yes.
Very excited.
Very excited. So we are having a performance by Diamond Rio. Yes.
Wow.
Grammy-winning country music icon Diamond Rio is coming to Mooresville.
And just to emphasize, free.
Yes.
You don't
free.
have to have tickets. This is going to be open to the public, and please come out and join us.
Yes, and if you do, stay tuned to the Mooresville 150th celebration Facebook page, Instagram, our social platforms for that sesquicentennial. We'll be giving away some premier seating this week. So to be clear, it is a free show, but we have some really good seats, and you don't have to worry about bringing a chair and lugging those lawn chairs in. And you'll have a pre-placed chair for you, and you just show up and enjoy the show.
So excellent. So stay tuned to the Facebook and social media for that. And what else do we have going on at that event? I know you mentioned an activity zone.
Yeah. So one of the one of the themes that for this year is we wanted to provide activities, make sure we were, attracting adults, couples, whether, or it's children, families, make sure we had something for everyone. So we have a family fun zone that we've had at every event all year long. And the family fun zone is really just a ton of fun things to do for kids and adults. We see adults out there doing those activities too.
I was going to say, I've seen some adults out there as well.
Yeah. So this event will have a Ferris wheel.
Wow.
Yeah, and that'll give you a great view, I think, of the park and the show. And I hope I get an opportunity to go up on the Ferris wheel during the event. Probably not, because we'll be busy, but I think that's going to be a great view. And then we've worked with a company called Thunderdome that does a lot of the racing events in our area, and especially in the Carolinas, to bring all of these racing themed activities. And so we've got pit stop challenges. So you'll actually get to like change a tire and, feel like you're part of the pit crew.
I've done that before, and those tires are heavy.
Yeah. It's really cool. And then we'll also have like RC racing. So, kids can actually, take part in the race cars. And then we'll have this arcade with all of these racing simulators, race theme like NASCAR and like the stock car. So it's a little something for every kind of aspect of racing. I think people are going to have a really good time. Not just children, but adults too.
Absolutely. It sounds like a lot going on. And of course, this takes a whole community to make happen. This is not just Christine and Amy working on this, although y'all do the heavy lift.
We do. We have a lot of help.
But this takes a lot of community support, and we've had some great sponsors this year. So who's our sponsors for the Mooresville Motorsports Festival?
Yeah, no, I'm glad you asked, because we always try to, shout them out when we can, because they have supported us tremendously throughout this. So our presenting sponsor for Mooresville Motorsports Festival is Mooresville Ford. Great natural sponsor for this event.
Course.
And they do so much in the community, anyway, especially, in the holidays. And so we're really proud to sponsor with them this year. So they'll be out there. They'll have several locations, that they'll be, talking to the community and probably giving away some free swag. So
maybe not a free car.
Maybe not a free car, but I'm sure they have some great deals on cars.
I bet they do.
So they're our presenting sponsor.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have Hotchkiss Performance, of course, for the car show that we talked about. So they'll be on Main Street. So you'll definitely be able to talk to them as well. And they've been very supportive. They're also going to be picking 3 winners of the car show, the top 3 best in show. So you'll have to stay tuned for that.
That's very exciting. I know I mentioned in our first segment that the police department show car actually won an award at a recent car show. So not being a car person, I didn't know that was necessarily a thing.
Right.
But now I do. And I'm
yeah.
excited to see who's going to win the awards at this show.
I know. Yeah, they, it's a big thing. People take their cars out and they want to.
Very serious.
Yeah, they're very serious about that. They put a lot of investment into those cars.
Oh yeah.
To look good. And yeah, I'm excited to see them. I think people will really, see the quality out on Main Street. We have a lot of good cars out there. And then the induction ceremony sponsor is Visit Mooresville. So that's the Mooresville Convention and Visitor Bureau, that promote tourism in our area. Sure. And so they've been a longtime partner of the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame induction ceremony and annual sponsors. And so they're actually, they get the stars for the Walk of Fame that you see on Main Street. They're responsible for that and just help us promote racing and preserve that heritage and partner with the museum every year.
Great. And I know we've talked about this is not the first event that we've had this year.
No.
It's not the last.
No.
We're getting close to the last,
Yes,
but not quite the last. So this is the 6th of 7 signature events that we've had this year, starting with the fireworks in January.
Yep.
And we'll be closing out with Classic Christmas next month. And I know you're going to come back and talk more about that.
Yes.
When we get closer to time. But there's been a lot going on in Mooresville this year. So what's been the favorite thing that we've done so far at these signature events?
I think my favorite was Liberty Park Reimagined, just to open up the park finally, and then of course have Craig Morgan. That was my favorite.
Yeah, I really have to say that was definitely a favorite of mine, but it might even be tied with Mooresville Day, because Mooresville Day was such a celebration of just everything.
Was.
Everyone coming together. I mean, we had 12,000 people on Main Street that were just dancing, the stage. I loved how everyone got involved, and we had the school mascot dance competition. It was just, you
fun.
could feel the community pride that day, and I love it.
That was a great event, and it was perfect weather for the event, a huge celebration. Yes. And as we mentioned, not only with the Mooresville Motorsports, we have community partners to make that happen. We've had partners throughout the year. So do we have some partners that have been a part of multiple events?
Absolutely. Yeah, so Randy, Marion, and Lowe's have been really our main sponsors throughout the year that have, supported us all through with every event. And we're so grateful to those sponsors. Of course, Randy Marion, does a lot in the community, and we're very thankful for that. And then Lowe's, big supporter of events. So those have really been our kind of top sponsors of the year. And then we also have companies like Iredell Health and Niagara Water that have, supported. And Niagara was so, generous to give us a free bottled water at every event. And
hydration stations.
Yes,
that was huge.
Yeah, I mean, some of those events, even from, just it was so hot. I mean, it was like 90 degrees in June. So to have free bottled water as an option was huge for us.
Huge, and it helps the attendees have a better experience because you're not worried about paying $3 or plus for a bottle of water and having to ration that or not stay hydrated enough. So wonderful opportunity for Iredell Health and Niagara to get involved and provide some health and wellness at these events.
Absolutely. Yeah. Iredell Health was our official cup sponsor too. And, I've talked to some people in the community and they're trying to make sure they get there early so they can collect all 7 different cups that are going to happen this year. So maybe we'll have some little collector's items out of it.
I feel like I've missed out because I didn't know that was the thing.
Yeah.
I have missed out on the first 5 cups.
Yes. So you got to make sure you get the remaining for the year.
And the tote bags.
And the tote bags. The Lowe's mural tote.
Oh, those were
We get
lovely
calls at our office the next day after events on the next Monday asking, I didn't get a Lowe's tote bag. They ran out before I got there. And wanting these tote bags with the mural on them. And, of course, the mural happened at the beginning of the year in honor of the 150th anniversary. It's on in the back lot of the Charles Mack Citizen Center.
On Church Street.
On Church Street. And it's just this beautiful piece of art with these images that represent Mooresville, really, and our community.
And wonderful place to take photos, just because it's such a vibrant backdrop and something so unique.
Absolutely. And so we were, how can we put this on a bag? That it will really still keep that beautiful look and feel. And so we put details from it and kind of these zoomed in images, and it turned out really good. And they've been a big hit this year.
And we've also had T-shirts at every event.
Yes, the T-shirts. That's another kind of collector item. So Randy Marion is giving away hundreds of T-shirts at every event. And so that's another thing that people get there early for, to make sure that they get that event version of it.
So this Tuesday, get there early.
Yes.
To get all the freebies. Get your 6th in the line of 7 collectible cups.
Yes.
And again, that is Tuesday, October 3rd, starting at 4 p.m., downtown Mooresville, the Mooresville Motorsports Festival with the North Carolina Auto Racing Hall of Fame inductions, Etzel Ford, Ryder Penske, performance by Diamond Rio, and lots of fun activities and events, including the beer garden. Just to be clear, for everyone listening, beer garden not free, food trucks not free.
Right. Yes, that's the only part of the event that's not free is food and beverage.
Awesome. And so family-friendly event. Bring the family out and come enjoy a good time.
Yes, and I feel like I need to mention parking. So we will have a park and ride shuttle for this event. It's at 1 Mooresville, 750 West Iredell Avenue. So you can have, convenient experience, park there, take the park and ride shuttle. They'll run continuously from 3:45 to 10 p.m.
That's a great point, because you never like to go to an event and then you get frustrated before you even get in there trying to find a parking space. So park at 1 Mooresville Center, take the shuttle, and we'll see everybody on Tuesday starting at 4 p.m. in downtown Mooresville.
Yeah, see you there.
It's going to be fun.
Thanks, Christine. Thanks, Amy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great Tuesday, everyone.
The new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC, Statesville, Mooresville, North Charlotte.